Hi everyone, it's me again. I want to talk about well, in a way, I'm wanting to start to make like a series of some sorts of gods, goddesses, and other pantheons. So right now we're for this episode I'm focused on the Greek pantheon, mainly focusing on Hecate recently because I'm getting a lot of signs from her, and I've been just wanting to dig in more on what she is, who she is, and yeah, just want to read that to you really quickly here, because I only got 15 minutes of making a video right now because for some reason I'm having trouble verifying that the person who's having this account is a real person, not a robot. It keeps lagging every single time, but anyway, let's get to this. So I'm reading about Hecate through this book here, the Encyclopedia of Witchcraft by Judica Isles. I know it might seem like a reverse view because I'm doing the front camera of my tablet, but it's fine. Don't worry. I might go back to recording on the phone though because I'm getting some trouble with editing. Let's see here. It's on page 386 if you have this book. So, Hecate is the queen of night, the spirit world, and witchcraft. Her epithets include she who works her will. Although today most associated with Greek mythology, her name, meaning influence from afar, acknowledges her foreign origins. Generally believed to have the first emerged in what is now Turkey, she was not an obscure goddess. Okay, I read that right, sorry. Hecate was the one-time chief deity of Caria, now Western Turkey, and was eventually widely worshipped throughout Europe, Western Asia, and Egypt. Records of formal worship date from the 8th century BCE to the 4th century CE, although the magic fell from grace as she became an increasingly disreputable spirit. All of Hecate's myths clearly identify her as a witch and matron of magical arts. Hecate holds dominion over life, death, regeneration, and magic. She rules wisdom, choices, expiation, victory, vengeance, and travel. Hecate guards the frontier between life and death. She is an intermediary. God, it's so hard to say. English is not my first language, by the way. So, between the spirit world and that of humans, she is the witness to all crimes, especially, especially those against women and children. Oh my gosh. There's so many times I try to record this and I still can't get it right. Hecate has been known to assume the shape of a black cat, a bear, a pig, or hen, but most typically manifests as a mature woman or a black dog. She has a particularly strong bond with dogs. Even when manifesting in human form, Hecate is usually accompanied by hounds. Somehow there will be a canine reference. When manifesting as a woman alone, Hecate often circulates in a manner of the dog. Artistic renderings of Hecate usually attempt to capture her spiritual essence. She may be depicted with three bodies, each facing a different direction. One hand holds the knife, that is the midway's tool, another holds a torch to illuminate the darkness, and the last bears a serpent representing medical and magical wisdom. Sometimes Hecate is depicted with a woman's body but three animal heads, those of a dog, a horse, and a lion. Hecate's sacred time is Black Night. All her festivities and ceremonies are held after dark. The only acceptable illumination is through candles or torches. Let's see here, where was I? She only accepts offerings and petitions at night. Hecate is identified with the dark moon, the, the time of her optimum power. It's just very interesting. But also at the same time, if I remember correctly, I believe it was this book, the Wikipedia by Sean Robbins and Leanna Greenway talks about the dark moon. So let's go over that really quick right here. Let's go over that really quickly over here. So let's see. If only. Numerology. I'll be right back. Sorry, for some reason my tablet doesn't want to stop now. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's see, it's on page 65 of this book, right here, that talks about the dark or void of the moon. The dark moon, when the face of the moon is hidden, is also known as the dead moon. It takes place precisely 3 days before a new moon that is considered to be the most magical and potent of all the phases. Sadly, many people who practice black magic do so at this time. You might think that someone working on the darker side of the occult could not influence any spells or rituals that you might be performing, but the collective power mustered by these individuals can cause cosmic havoc. Our spells may become confused or simply not work at all. It is a shame because the brilliance and power of the phase really is incredible, and without the negative manipulation, I am sure we witches could do a great deal good in it. That said, I often tell people that unless they're experienced wand wavers, it is probably best not to attempt any rituals at this time, but wait until the new moon comes in. Speaking for myself, I never cast spells during a dark moon phase. I just hang up my cauldron for a few days. So that's how it is right here. That's what explains about the dark moon. Now, let's continue. The last day of each month is dedicated to Hecate. She also shared a festival with Diana on August 13th in Italy. Modern Wiccans, for whom Hecate is an important deity, celebrate November 16th as Hecate Night. Her sacred place is the crossroads, specifically three-way crossroads. Among her names is Hecate Trivia. That doesn't indicate that Hecate is trivial or that worshipping her was a trivial pursuit. Trivia literally means three roads. Hecate is spirit of the crossroads after all. Her power emanates from their point of intersection. Hecate's image was once placed in Greek towns, wherever three roads meet. Hecate is most prominent in Greek mythology for being the sole deity to voluntarily assist Demeter in her search for her adopted daughter, Persephone. Later, after Persephone eats Death's 6 pomegranate seeds and is condemned to spend half the year in Hades, it is Hecate who accompanies her as lady-in-waiting. In some legends, she even becomes Hades' co-wife. Cerberus, the three-headed headed hound, it says right here, of Hades, may be Hecate in disguise. And I think that's pretty cool to think about that because she is associated with dogs a lot, so I won't be surprised if, like, at least half of the time or a portion of her time, she disguises as Cerberus. Hecate becomes Persephone's link to her mother and the land of the living. She guarantees that death cannot break the bond between mother and daughter. Hecate is the matron of necromancy. Hecate, daughter of Titans Perseus and Asteria, is older than the Olympian spirits. The 8th century BCE Greek poet Hesiod writes that Hecate's power dates from the beginning. Zeus was crazy about her. He eliminated all other pre-Hellenic deities, the Titans, but having fallen madly in love with Hecate, he let her be. Man, that's crazy. Alongside her intense lunar I'm sorry, I don't know how that came out of nowhere. Alongside her intense lunar identification, Hecate is also associated with the element of water. Her first love affairs were with the sea gods, including Triton. Her great-grandfather was Pontus the Sea. Her maternal great-aunt was the sea monster Keto. Hecate is also related to the Gorgons and Sirens and may be the mother of Scylla, who was transformed into a sea monster by another relative, Circe. Prior to her transformation, Scylla was a beautiful woman from head to waist, with canine hips terminating in a fishtail. Hecate laid a host of shape-shifting female spirits known as the Empusas, whose usual manifestation was a beautiful woman with one brass leg and one donkey leg. Hecate herself sometimes takes this form. The Empusas patrolled roads and apparently sometimes had fun terrorizing travelers. If one invoked Hecate, however, they will let you be. Devotees fitted to the goddess by holding rituals known as Hecate suppers at the end of each month at a crossroads. The end of the month in lunar calendars corresponds to the dark moon. The new month begins with the first sighting of the new moon. A typical menu is found in the food and drink section in this book here. The church was still trying to eradicate Hecate's suppers in the 11th century. Post-Christianity, Hecate became among the most intensely demonized spirits, her very name synonymous with witch. Her symbols, the toad, cauldron, and broom, are inextricably linked with stereotypes of witchcraft. What were symbols of fertility became symbols of evil. Her sacred dogs were converted into the hounds of hell. This denigration served as camouflage. Sorry, let me read this again. This denigration served to camouflage Hecate's origins as a deity of healing and protection, which I have to admit, it kind of sucks. I'm like, she's all of these good things here and so kind and helpful at the moment, especially when it comes to Persephone, because she voluntarily assists with her. But yet, when it comes to Christianity ruining things for us, they had to make her like such an evil person. I'm like, but she's good. She's a good deity. She's a good goddess. And she's probably one of the best ones in my opinion so far. And I just, I read this section a lot of times, but reading it out loud really brings it in. That is, really brings it in. I just stuttered because of the camera. But yeah, like she seems very nice. Anyway, let's look over more of her in Judica Isle's other book, Encyclopedia of Spirits, really quick, because I don't got much time right now. So let's just read over for some of the key things right here. Favorite people: midwives, witches, healers, herbalists, dog lovers, and rescuers. She is the matron of women in general and protects those who ride horses. Her attributes are key, torch, cauldron, knife, and broom. Emblem is the star and a crescent moon, like the similar. I think if I'm correcting myself, similar to like the turkey flag. I'm going to assume that's how it is. So like the star and the crescent moon, like all together is somewhere. If not, like maybe in a different position, but I think that's the closest thing I can see in my mind right now. The bird is stork. The mount is dragons pulling her chariot. The color is black. The number is 3. Because she's seen as a triple goddess, and she is a goddess of the crossroads, mainly 3 ways. So, like I said, Hecate trivia. Trivia means 3 roads. Plants: garlic, lavender, mandrake, and henna. The trees is pomegranate, black poplar, date palm, and yew. And I think there was something else in here, maybe. Yes. The another plant is willow right here, because it also has similar things on the Encyclopedia of Witchcraft right here too. So I'm only looking back and forth in here. Let's see. Sacred animals: snakes, toads, dragons, cats, but most especially dogs. Let's see here. Pretty much the same thing here. The torch is also another attribute as well. The fruit is pomegranate. It does not show the fruit one here, but in the Encyclopedia of Witchcraft, it shows that the fruit associated with her is the pomegranate because of Persephone. And I think that's it for now. So if you guys want to hear more about her, I can do more research about it. So, just let me know on that. And that's all I have for now, because I only got a few seconds to say my typical thing, I hope everyone enjoys this, and blessed be everyone. Like and subscribe. Bye.